you. Your position then is to turn to the bailiff and say, I deputize you as my tip staff, stand to attention. I have a federal oath. And you can, if you had one of my oaths and had the knowledge, you could back that up. I can back it up. But I'm also a sovereign. I'm also granted a sovereign's country, the director of my own country through the United Nations. As the condition of state in a world of fiction is so unique that the United Nations had to make me the 200th member of the United Nations. I don't pay a $1.6 million a year fee to the United Nations because how does a fact contract with a fiction? But the fiction still has to recognize that the condition of state does exist in quantum. Henceforth, I exist as a sovereign condition of state amongst a world of fiction, and I'm recognized by the fiction not to touch, but to be a teacher as a plenipotentiary judge to go out in the world and do so. As an ambassador contracted with 82 countries, have diplomatic immunity to that end. So once I got that, they locked the door behind me. I'm the only guy that does it. They gave me that position, and I've been completely honorable and trustworthy to that position and responsible. And it's published all over the world, and it's respected by the other countries. And that's why the Justice Department and the State Department and the judges around the world are hands off. This guy is who he says he is.
So what is the paperwork that I have to have filed in the court?
That Constitution is like an oath of office. But to have an oath as a judge responsible only to your piece of paper that you have signed that stamp on and file an additional oath with that, with the clerk of the courts. It says you will only be responsible to be a federal judge on your own personal document for the correct parsing, syntax, grammar. And as a judge, you're immune from prosecution. But you have to be correct at all times. If you don't know what to say, don't talk an adverb verb. Say nothing. You've got your paperwork, speaks for you. 2 plus 2 doesn't equal 4. If you write it on paper, I can see what it equals up to. But if you're going to get me into an oral argument with 150 variables, you ain't going to win. It's nonsense. So don't even go there. Or 4 plus 4 equals 8. FOR plus FOUR equals ATE. Or ATE and EAGHT equals ATE. I mean, we can do this all day long. Did you hear what I said, what I meant, what I said, what I said, what I meant, what I said? It says, you want her to sign right here, is that correct? Under penalty of perjury? You know that under is an adverb, means no contract. Of penalty, which is a verb. Of is an adverb, making perjury a verb. You want to show me the verb perjury and penalty in the dictionary? Isn't that false and misleading information? Isn't that perjury by your own confession? And then I syntaxed in the next 35 minutes, all 8 pages. As I identify, I says, oh, by the way, I'm the federal judge of the United States, chief federal judge, and you just committed 47 felonies in front of me. Grabs up all the paperwork. I'll be back. Takes off. About a minute goes by, and all of a sudden there's screaming in the back room. Yell, 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 yell. This goes on for like 5 minutes. Then the supervisor in Miami, IRS, sticks his head out. Oh, Judge Miller, you're here. Well, yeah, I've got a 3x5 picture of me hanging on the wall in there. So he pops his head back in, and more screaming goes back in. It's quiet for about 2 minutes, and about 12 minutes goes past, and he comes walking out. Madam, here's your form. All your taxes have been canceled. You have 0 balance. You're free to go. Have a nice day. She bought me an espresso. Aflac. Paycheck. He knew that if he went back and changed time, the company wouldn't exist to pay him his paycheck. So what did he do? He knew what the 6 winning lottery ticket numbers were going to be when he came back. So he wrote them down and put them away 6 days earlier. So when he got there, he'd have a paycheck for $15 million. Kind of a cute ending to a great story. Point is, information is the most powerful thing in the world. If you study and you become proficient and you acquire the gift of syntax, you will know how to answer the questions and save people's lives and make a difference. I do it all the time. I do it as a parlor trick. Maybe 1 out of every 20 people actually pay me to do my job. The rest of them, you ask me a question, I just pop it off to you, have a tape recorder, and I'll give you all the answers you want as fast as you can. That recorder can record. Because if you try to write stuff down, I'm not going to repeat myself. If you want to get in a conversation with me, you better have a tape recorder running, because you're not going to believe what you hear in the next 5 minutes, because it'll take you a month of research to pull it out of the dictionary. Those that know me, those that have done business with me, know that once you get into bed with me, I take care of you. I answer your questions. I'm on the phone, available from 3 a.m. in the morning, all the way from 7 a.m. in the morning till 3 a.m. in the morning. 20 hours a day I'm there available, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. How many judges do you know you can call at 2 a.m. in the morning? They're just going to answer the phone and give you an answer to a problem. I'm there. I do it all the time. But only the people that are supposed to be there and talk to me get through on the phone. Look at all the billions of people I have on my website, and yet only the people that are supposed to call me with important questions that are under contract with me are the ones that get through. Everybody else doesn't know how to do it. Yes, question?
Do you have with you claim of the life, like a claim of the life, birth, whatever?
Yeah, it's on page 2.
I would like to see one that's done.
Right there, page 3 in the book. There's also the same ones on the internet. Just fill it out, put your picture on it, have your people autograph and fingerprint it, and you're done. It's called a claim of the life. Claim of the live life. What it means is that you have knowledge of what a prepositional phrase is, how to certify what a fact is. You've identified yourself, your mother, your father, and 2 other people with claims of the life have identified you to be a fact. That's all it means. You don't file a claim of life written with the correct parsé syntax grammar with the recorder's office or with the fiction government. Why would you file a fact with a fiction? It's an oxymoron. It's only for you to use. If you want to attach it to a federal lawsuit, and if you want to go to The Hague and file a claim of the life, take a lawsuit into the Hague, showing that I'm a live person who's been violated under a genocide or apartheid situation, then they would accept your paperwork. They will not accept any paperwork from an individual who does not have a claim of the life. People, you cannot file lawsuits at The Hague. The Hague is a branch of the United Nations. You must be a United Nations member who has paid your dues of $1.6 million a year, and you must be a country. Mr. Police Officer, will you please take the witness stand? And he takes the witness stand. You take the oath of office and you hold it up. Is this your oath of office? Yes, it is. Did you write that? And he's going to say, no, that was presented to me. Do you know what the word syntax means? He's going to go, well, no, I don't. I says, you signed a document, but you don't know what grammar means. You know what the word grammar means? Do you know what the word parsé means? Do you know what the word syntax means? If he answers yes to all 3 of those, then you're saying then you understand how to syntax this document, correct? He's going to say, no, I don't. So you don't know what you're signing, which means you don't have an oath of office with knowledge. It says you're saying one thing here, but you're just testified because you don't know what you're doing. Your Honor, this man has just identified the fact that he doesn't have an oath of office. Now, let's say it says, did you go to college? And yes, I did. I went 4 years of criminology, took college in criminology. Did you study English in college? Yes, I did. Did you study English in high school? Yes, I did. All right, do you know what the word syntax means? Yes, I do. You understand what the word grammar means? Yes, I do. You understand what parsé means? It's a French word. If you don't, I'll explain. It means parts of a word. Okay, that's fair. You can give him a hint. So now you understand parse A syntax grammar. Is that correct? He goes, yes, it is. Did you write this? You're going to say, well, it's an oath that I signed. Again, do you understand what it means? He's going to say, well, yes, I do. Then if you understand what this means, did you modify your facts with adverbs and adjectives? Did you change the meaning of the syntax on this document by putting adverbs and adjectives in front of the facts? What's he going to say? Is that your autograph? Yes.
He's going to have to say yes.
He's going to have to say yes. He understands that he modified. Under false or misleading statements and fictitious conveyance of language and deprivation of rights under coloring of law, you just confessed to 3 felonies, and you signed it. Now, while engaged in criminal activity under Title 42, 1988, states responsible for all fees in this case. Your Honor, this man asked me for $525 fine here. The district attorney is a co-conspiracy with this here, as the two of them work together to ask me for a $525 fine. I'm invoking the Clayton Act for a 4 times damages. I want to check for $2,200 right now, and this man just confessed to treason in front of me. And the state pays all fees. Now you cut me a check because I have a criminal confession by a police officer.
Can you take that a step further?
Claimant's knowledge. I just took away the hyphen. Now I just wrote 413412134. This is a 3. No. 1 2 1 2 1 3 4 1 2 comma 2 2 and 4 no 1 1 3 3 3 3 3 3 period. So that would be a 4. No, that would be a 1 2. But because of the period, because it's abbreviated, then all of these would become 4s. And then that would become a 4 also. 1 3 4 1 3 4 1 2. Just have all the answers. Judge says, no, all the facts. Judge says, I have all the. He has all the facts. Judge says, I know where to look, and that's why I know I can answer your question. By the way, you're fired. For being a wise guy. Okay, what did I say that for? I said that because all of you here now have access to me. So therefore, if somebody presents you with a scenario, an argument, a document, anything, trick question, craziness, no matter what you think it is, say, hey, I got Dave's number. Call Dave. Or if I'm talking to you on the phone, I'll be syntaxing at the same time. But I'm always syntaxing. It's just automatic after 12 years, and I don't even think about it.
My question was, how do you have time to answer all these questions?
I do. I take care of everybody, and I get it all out in record time. Right. People that are doing nonsense don't get through to me. People that are actually legitimate, have a legitimate question for a legitimate reason, and have an emergency do get through to me, and I answer your questions. New people are always going like, you answered your phone. He says, I see how many people you got on your website. The numbers are posted. He goes, how can you possibly get through to me? Well, everybody gets through to me. Since I've been standing here, I've had only 8 phone calls.